Get ready for Behind the Wrenches with Zach and Randy.
Welcome to Behind the Wrenches with Zach and Randy. I'm your host, Zach Radowski, and as always...
I'm Randy. I'm here.
The illustrious... I'm going to just keep saying that. What was Red Green? What did he call his... What did he call his nephew? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't remember.
He'd always introduce him as something. I can never remember. We'll have to have Rhett look that up.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Yeah,
later. Well, I feel very red greenish. We're in a log cabin.
Yeah.
We're in the possum lodge.
We got the possum van out there. We got
the possum van outside. We're doing good.
We drove here in that.
Don't you have You don't have a Dodge. There's a Ford van.
No, I got a 4-wheel drive Ford van.
That's right. The possum van was a Dodge.
It was a Dodge, yeah. Like a D100,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what the designation for the vans are. Someone's like,
right.
This.
Right.
They know exactly what it is. They got it in their driveway.
So, a couple things. I thought about something the other day I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
You know, we were talking about the cost of vehicles and no one can afford shit no more and on and on and on and so forth.
Yeah.
Do you know, and this might floor a lot of these younger kids out there, and I hope they're watching this, and they're not going to believe this either.
No.
In 2002, what could you buy a brand new car for? And do you know the model? And do you know what the price tag was?
What, you mean like the cheapest one?
Cheapest. Like if you wanted to go to the dealership,
like,
you wanted a brand new car, brand new.
Well,
and you went to the dealership. What dealership would you have gone to, and what was the price tag?
You'd have gone to a Kia dealership.
Yes,
and you'd have bought what was it, a Rio?
Rio.
And they were like what, 69 or
$7,500? They were $7,500.
Yeah, well, radio
out the door.
Yeah, radio delete, crank windows.
They had I think they had AC though.
Yeah, they had AC, and then all the stuff was there for the radio.
Yes, you could add the radio afterwards.
Yeah, you just plug it in.
Yeah, it had a plate. You took the plate out.
Yeah, well, like the speakers were there, the wires were there,
everything was there, but the radio head was not there for it.
They saved $1,000 because they didn't put that blah punk in there, I guess.
Right. Yeah, that was. That was only 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Today, okay, 23 years ago. How did we go from 23 years, and 23 years it's a long time, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But how in a 23-year span did we go from being able to buy, now we know it was not the greatest car in the world.
No, it was just transportation.
But they had a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on them.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go and spend $7,500.
Yep.
Get it was a brand new car with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Yeah. And I don't even know what that payment was. That payment at like $60 a month?
I don't know that they were, they weren't doing the 9,000 year lease, or whatever loans. Like, we can finance you for 58 years. What? On this? All right, I'm gonna keep paying on this truck till I'm dead.
Right.
I don't know.
But anyways, so you could get a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on a $7,500 car. So I was told, okay, so, all right, let me back up for just 1 second. Whether this is true or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we went from this part's true. We went from a $7,500 car to today the average price of a brand new car, even a base model, I think you're $35,000.
I think you can get one. I think you can get into something around 25.
Can you get? I don't know what it is. Maybe like a Hyundai or something.
You're talking about the same thing, probably.
Right. That same $7,500 car 23 years ago was $25,000.
Here's the biggest thing that killed that, though, was the fact that, now we want you to buy a car that's built here in America.
I get that too. I mean,
so that kind of crushed that a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why they started opening so many plants here, because like Volkswagen's got one in Chattanooga.
A lot of them are in Tennessee. Toyota's got their truck plant in Tennessee.
Tennessee's got that. There's Subaru's got one in like Indiana, I think, or something.
Okay.
Whatever. And Hyundai, they've all got plants here now.
Right. Which is fine. I'm
all
for that.
That's great. I think it's great. Why not build the car here? I mean, even if it shows up and we assemble it here, get the American worker to touch the car and get a little bit into it, you know? I mean.
So what I'm getting at with this, where I was running with that is this. I was told by a rep for GM one time that they take all of the previous years, whether this is true, and that's what I was asking whether this is true or not.
Okay.
But I had a GM rep tell me this.
All right.
They take all of the warranty claims from the previous year and roll them into the next model year's price tag.
I've never heard that.
I had like I said, that was right from a GM rep. I don't whether that's true or not.
That could make a lot then, I guess.
But what I'm getting at is this: is that one of the reasons that we have why vehicles are so expensive today? If you roll back the clock 20 years, a vehicle is $10,000. You have cheaper quality, and you're rolling your losses into them for every year. Now you have a
but then they went through the great bankruptcy of whatever.
Of 08.
Yeah, of 08. Everybody filed bankruptcy, and they were like, "We're not making any money. Please help us out. We're so I can't. Right. I got to get rid of one of my houses." You know,
one of my yacht and my 3 houses. I got to get rid of it. I got to downgrade to a smaller
I'm only
boat.
going to have 2 houses and 1 yacht, and I don't know. They're expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They're not, but are they $100,000?
No.
I mean, when you bought a $100,000 vehicle back in the day, that was something. It was something.
Yeah.
It was like. It was high performance, or it was some special edition, or something like that. But now it's just like the norm. It's like, oh, it's a Denali. It's $100,000.
Right.
Why? Why is it $100,000? Well, it's got butt massagers in it and whatever.
Right.
It self drives and.
So I took some notes and then and I've been writing some stuff down as far as this goes.
Yeah.
At dealerships, new cars, why they're so expensive, and all that other crap. So, excuse me. So, I am under the impression when it comes to buying vehicles, GM, Chrysler, Ford, all of them will tell you that the proper way to buy a vehicle is you should be buying them brand new. You have and you drive them until they reach their warranty period of miles and years, and then you take it back, you trade it in, and you get another brand new one. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were discussing that price shouldn't be. They're trying to get everyone to lease, is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because leases are cheaper and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But we understand that those don't always work.
No, there's certain people that just a lease is not going to work. The bad like I talked about this to my wife. I says I was like, hey, let's lease a vehicle for you, but she's also very hard on stuff.
Right. I understand.
Love her to death, but she's hard on stuff. I know you're going to watch this.
You're going to watch, yeah. You be listening to me. That son of a bitch.
Yeah. But, I mean, I like, the problem is with a lease, it's not your car.
That's right.
The biggest
people
thing.
don't understand that either.
They don't
about
get
leases.
that. Like, it's like, well, it's my, no, it's not. You're renting it.
Yeah, you are. With a
it's,
chance to buy it when you're done, and then you're into it. Yeah. But so anyway, we're talking about the price of vehicles. We're talking about dealerships and all other stuff. So I'm hoping that someone that's listening to this is looking at buying a new car or understanding what new cars are all about. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the notes that I have wrote down and all this other stuff is that if you are going to buy an $80,000 vehicle, roughly, let's say 80 grand, okay, there is no way you're going to drive that for only 3 years and trade it in and lose that much equity. I seen a video the other day that of a Mercedes-Benz dealership. Do you know what their claim is on the depreciation of a Mercedes?
Oh, I can't imagine. It's probably
$1,586 a month, depending on the miles you're putting on it. They're talking a depreciation of $1,500 a month on that car.
That's insane.
Now whether that guy was truthful in what he said or not, I don't know. Well, but that sure seems right.
Well, the worst thing is, it's like, and it's comical to the point. It was like, you bought an $80,000 car, you drove it off the parking lot, you got it out on the road, and they're like, "Ha, we'll buy it back from you for $60,000."
Okay, so let me tell you a story behind that. This is what people understand when it comes to buying cars. Okay, when it comes to buying new cars and all this other stuff. So the one guy that I follow on, I follow him on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, because I have an account on TikTok and everything. They're a Mercedes-Benz dealership.
Yep.
And I watch all their. I don't watch all their videos, but when it pops up, I like to keep up on what these guys are all up to.
Yeah.
Which some of them are cool, some of them are not. Some of them are just jackasses. Most of them are. Most of them are just assholes. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Wow.
But there was a guy that bought a brand new BMW. He owned it for 30 days or 60 days. He'd only put like 300 miles on it and wanted to trade it in a brand new Mercedes. And they were gonna discount him like $12,000 on that Beamer, which I get it because they kept saying, "Well, it's a used car. It's a used car."
Yeah.
He's only owned it for 2 months. He's only put 300 miles on it. No, it's a used car. It depreciated that much in 60 days, and that's what people don't understand.
Well, it's funny because it used to be back in the day you could get a demo. You know, they called it
yes,
a
you
demo.
can still get them. You can still get them. Yep, you can still get demos.
But, you know, that's not a used car. That's a demo.
Yeah, you know why? Because it's not ever been actually plated with the
Yes,
state.
that's the problem. And I don't think that. I think in all reality, there should be a thing that says if it's a year or less, and it's under 2,000 miles, they should be able to claim that as a demo. Yeah. Even if it's plated, insured, as long as it wasn't wrecked, there's nothing like that.
Right, no history on it.
Yeah, no history, and you know, it was whatever. It's like she drove it back and forth to her church every day or whatever. Right. You know, I mean,
they all did though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, so what I'm getting at with all this is we're seeing and I'm trying to be educational here. I'm trying to help the future buyer of cars here.
Today on PBS.
Today, the more you know.
Yep. With LeVar Burton.
Yeah. With Zach and
He's coming.
He's retired. I'm calling him. He's going to come on the show.
He's come on
LeVar Burton's going to come on. We could have had him read the one book I did.
Yeah, he could have read the book.
He could have had the children's story time.
Yep.
Like he did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's an infringement things going on here or something.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot going. Okay, so anyways, here's where I think we're heading with all this, and this is what I'm getting at, and this is what I'm telling people to be careful what they're buying. You buy an $80,000 vehicle, I'm pretty sure the terms that they'll go out to now is 9 years.
That's insane.
I think it is. It's 8 or 9 years. I know 5 years ago it was 7 years, 7 or 8 years.
Well, you have to.
So here's what you need to understand, and I want everyone to understand this that's listening, watching.
I believe it. It doesn't. It's
side
like
by
a
side,
house.
you get 15 years on. You can finance a motorhome for 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a house. Yeah. So anyways, here's what we're finding out. So I deal a lot in repo cars. I don't repo cars myself. I buy a lot of repo cars. I deal in the repo business.
Yes.
And the repo business
You're
is
on
getting
the
bigger.
far end of it where you don't get shot at.
Right, yeah. That was another time in my life that I repoed cars for a living. That'll get you shot at. But anyways, so the repo lot has gotten so big that they bought another 5-acre lot. They're building another barn to store cars in.
Yeah.
And the dealers are telling me that, because I keep saying repos are going up, and every dealer I've talked to, like, no, they're not. There's nothing wrong.
No, it's just like that always.
It's like, okay.
They're all standing there on the beach. The water's going away.
Yeah.
And they're like, everything's fine. Everything's okay. Yeah. Come out swimming. They're like, dude, the water's going back. There's a tsunami coming.
Right.
And you guys turn around.
Right.
Turn around. And he's like, yeah, please turn around. You know.
Right.
You know, I like.
So
yeah.
So when you go in and buy an $80,000 car, okay, let's say you finance it for 9 years. The average car payment in the United States right now is $1,000 a month.
That's insane.
It's $750 to $1,000. So this is what I'm trying to tell people, to be careful and understand what you're doing. Okay, if you're going to go finance an $80,000 vehicle and you have a payment every month, and let's say $950.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say your payment's $950 for 9 years. Okay, let's say you took that term rate out. Let's say you took the term out and went $750. You doing some math on that?
Yeah, I can't do it in my head. I'm not. Josh could.
That's fine.
Most people could.
Let's say it this way. Let's say it's a $750 a month payment for 9 years on an $80,000 car. We'll just say. In 3 to 5 years and miles, when that vehicle's out by time and mileage, okay, you're still making a $750 a month payment on this thing. And when the engine fails or the trans fails, yeah, there you go. $102,000 is what you're going to pay for it. All said and done with interest.
That's not even with interest. That's just the $950.
Well, that would be some interest in there, so you'd be $102,000.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to be a little bit more.
So, but here's the thing, though. Okay, so let's say you're paying $750 a month for your car. Okay, now it's out of warranty. You still have to make that $750 a month payment. This is what I'm dealing with on the repo side now. Okay, so you take. I'll give you an example. I bought a repo car. It was a Ford Fusion, 2018 Ford Fusion with 82,000 miles on it.
Yep.
Had a bad engine.
Yep.
Okay, the engine was junk. Something happened to it. The engine failed. Yeah. The car was out of warranty by time and miles. So you know what the people did that owned the car? Called the bank and said, you can just have it back. Because they weren't going to make a $700 a month payment and then spend another $8,000 to put an engine in it in a car that didn't book for $8,000.
Yeah. Well, like I was in college. And that was the first time I ever bought like a loan or anything like that. I was in college. I bought that red F-250 I had.
Oh, yeah.
I bought that truck off of a lot. I don't remember if I paid $5,000 for it or I honestly don't remember, to be honest with you. And I had it a year, and we hydrolocked the engine up in the truck trails. Blew it up. So I'm making
you had to make a payment on a truck.
I'm making a payment on a truck in my driveway, looking at it going, yep, look at that thing. That's great. Never in my wildest dreams did I go, screw the bank, just let them take it. No, I was just like, I'm going to make the payment on this truck
because
I got to take care of this.
So here's what I'm getting at with all this. And you're right. That's what you should do. Okay, that's the right thing to do.
But it ain't going to happen.
So I made a comment to some banks, and I've talked to some dealers about this too. And I said, what's going to happen within a 3 to 5 year range when these cars are broke? They're still making $1,000 a month payment on it, and they're gonna call the bank up so you can just have this thing back.
Yeah.
And I said, we watched this happen in real time in 2008 with houses. I said, if these people had no problem turning their houses back to the bank, do you really think they're going to give two shits about their fucking car? No, they're going to let their car go.
No.
And everyone tells me the same thing, and it makes me feel like I'm the crazy person. They said, it'll never happen. Never happen. And I said, 2008 was never supposed to happen. The housing crisis was never supposed to happen. And so they're
going to have
this
predatory lending on cars.
They've already do it.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I mean, they are. So, I mean, the dealerships in a whole, I think the car manufacturer have to change something. You know, old Jim Farley, that fucktard, right now bitching about his technician not having technicians. That's going to be the least of his problems in 5 years.
I know. Well, that's the problem is all the manufacturers, all the dealers, they made this bed.
Yes.
They shit the bed, and then they were like, you were constantly on the technicians, and you're running them into the ground, and then you're just like, I don't understand why nobody wants to do this for a living. I don't get it. Golly gee,
right.
You know?
Yeah. What people don't understand about
like,
what a lot of people don't understand, and like I said, the more educational side of what we're talking about today is I don't know how people understand. A lot of people don't understand how technicians are paid. They, you know, the flat rate term's thrown around a lot, and this and that and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But here's what people don't understand about these new cars they're buying. If you go to Ford and you buy a brand new Ford Escape, I don't think they make the Escape anymore. But anyways, I think they just got rid of that one or just discontinued it.
Yep.
But anyways, let's say you bought it, it's under warranty, you're all happy and fucking fuzzy because you got a warranty on your car. So and your wheel bearing goes bad. You take it back to the dealership brings it in, they fix it, you get it back, you have no bill because it was under warranty.
Yep.
You're happy, you think life is grand, you're off and down the road.
Yep.
Here's what's happening on the backside. The technician pulls it in. They verify that the wheel bearing is bad, and then they put it in. And normal customer pay time, let's just say, is 3 hours.
Yep.
But Ford says we're only going to pay you 1.2 hours to do that.
We did it. We had a guy do it. He did it 17 times, and that was the range of what he could do it in.
Right.
And I never bought that anyway.
I didn't either. I think that's why they do punch out times on those.
Yeah.
Because they're more seeing what other guys are doing it for.
Yeah, exactly. They want to see. Well, that's the other thing, and not. So I'm a big Ford guy. You know that.
I am too.
I've been all my life and whatever, but I have heard the new rumor is that they have got to the point. You bring your Super Duty in, and they pull up the run hours on the engine, and they add that into the mileage to see if you're out of warranty.
Oh, I'm not surprised by that. So you're not letting it sit there idling for 2 days at a time. Which is dumb.
Who put this dumb stuff on these trucks that is causing all these problems?
Right.
That's not the customer's fault.
No, it's not.
If that, like I hear it all the time. I see all these videos on there. It says, don't let your diesel idle. Don't let your diesel idle. Don't let your diesel idle if it's got a DEF system on it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a DEF system on it, you mean to tell me that it's wearing the engine out any quicker than just driving on the road? No, it's not. It's the DEF system, the emissions. That's what's killing these trucks.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a horrible situation. God, I hope it really happens where they roll this stuff back. We're not saving the environment. You're not saving any trees. I don't care if you really think that what is going on, if that thing is what's killing the environment, you really don't know what's going on in the world. I mean, because
you're right.
That's
a small key to the small peg.
Even when it comes to gas engines, here's the thing. I says, you want to look at what the kind of emissions or what's going out into the world that is bad for you, you need to look at the brakes. Brake dust.
Oh, yeah, I guess there was that.
Electric cars have them. Every car has them. Your number one thing.
No brakes on any vehicles.
The number one thing that's going out into the world that's bad is the brake dust.
I believe that.
It gets washed off, gets into our drinking water, gets into everything. It's in the air and the dust.
It's just
nobody
asbestos.
looks at that because it's not the engine.
Right.
And there's not much we can do about it. I mean, without making the
they could run they'll eventually come out with a better. They're not running asbestos brakes anymore.
No, but even then, that's where the worst thing on a vehicle, really. And if I mean, I might not be 100% right, but I'm pretty sure I've done a little bit of research on it and stuff. If you look this stuff up, tailpipe emissions opposed to what brake dust and stuff like that.
I never thought about that. Honestly, I never thought about that.
Because electric cars got brakes too.
Well, they all have to. They have to have. That's one
brakes.
thing people understand. And we're not going to dive into electric cars too much, but that's one thing I don't think people understand about electric cars is they think they think they're saving. They're not. You still have a vehicle that has tires that wear out, brakes that wear out. Yep. I mean, you still have all the same systems. They're just not run off a gasoline engine.
Yeah, but it took all this stuff to build it. I mean, we're not going to get
the infrastructure to build an electric car is huge.
I think we'll come back to the electric car thing.
Do a whole thing on electric cars.
Yeah, we could do a whole thing on it. I mean, if someone would be interested.
Hey,
if you guys are interested in hearing us talk about bag on electric cars, give us a like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. So, but talking about all these vehicles and warranty times, and people don't understand what technicians are going through, and you know what? I actually have seen some videos of salesmen crying a river about how hard their fucking job is too. And you know what? I really hope them bastards go away.
Shovel the cars off in the wintertime sometimes.
Right. They do.
They got to come in and get the snow off of them. And then in the summertime, we got to sit in air conditioning. Sometimes we got to walk outside.
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of salesmen, and no job is easy, period.
No,
there's nothing out there that I'm just like, because if it was, everybody would do it, period. It's not the case. But if you're good at it, do it. But don't tell me it's the worst job in the world, because it ain't.
Right. The other thing I hear people screaming about was they're saying that they want to do direct from manufacturer selling. And then everyone said the same thing. Well, then we won't have salesmen anymore. We'll just have service centers all over the place. And I went, oh, so what you're saying is your technicians and your service departments are the backbone of
well, they always
the
have
industry,
been.
not,
as much as they, well, it's, they'll, let a salesman go on a cruise and give them this and that and all this stuff. And then they're just like, you're lucky the lights are on back there.
Right.
The back shop. Like I used to always say that at the dealership I worked at, the door swung the wrong way. And I'll never forget it when I said it. I said it to a manager, and they were like, how did you figure that out? I says, look, that door opens, all the good stuff hits that door and stops. It can't get through it because it swings the wrong way. And they were like, you're such a prick. And I'm like, I am, because
Randy.
you guys have made me this way.
Right.
I mean, kind of good at it too. I got lots of training, but
yeah, right. That's lots of
but I'm like, I said it's the only thing that makes any sense, because everything else is just as stupid as what I was saying. So it doesn't matter.
Well, so like I said, back to old Jim Farley there for Ford. We're talking about technicians, we're talking about car sales, we're talking about the price of cars and all this other stuff. Now they're saying that's what I was showing you a little bit ago. Let me read that headline for you one more time. It was I don't believe this. Oh, it says the $160,000 mechanic jobs that Ford can't fill. You know why? Because this is what people don't understand. It's not $160,000 a year. It's the potential.
No, I know. I said
that
I said that to a service manager years ago. I said
that's my favorite line.
You could give me $1 million flat rate an hour. If I don't turn the hours, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it don't matter what the price is.
And you guys will make sure I don't turn the hours.
And what people do, and I say this about people all the time, and just to put it into a different perspective, okay? We were just talking about warranty time. We're talking about how they're paid, this, that, the potential to make all this money. Imagine if you worked for McDonald's. We'll just say, imagine this for 1 second, or whatever job it is that these other people have.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you went to work for McDonald's and your shift was from 9 a.m., we'll just say from 9 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon.
Yep. Got to be there the whole time.
You got to be there the whole time. You can't leave. You got to be there from 9 to 2. What's that, 6 hours or whatever it is, okay?
Oh, my God.
So let's say you're punching out at 2 o'clock and your boss comes up to you and says, you know what? The average time to make a hamburger is 2 minutes, and you're doing it in a minute. So we're only going to pay you for a minute. So we're going to have to dock your pay, or we know you're here for 6 hours, but we're going to pay you for 4.
Yeah.
You imagine that for a second. Those people would lose their ever-loving minds.
No, it'd be the same thing. Just imagine it was flat rate, and they said you got to sell a value meal in order to make your living.
Right.
And you're standing there all day, and nobody comes in.
Yeah.
And you're going, this is great. Oh, you have the best job in the world. Look there's apple pies.
Right.
I'm like,
that new peach pie, wherever they have, sucks.
I wouldn't try that.
I tried it though. Bill got it the one. He was coming through the shop. Guy that works for me, and he's like, "Hey, I got that." It was horrible. Don't eat it.
It's McDonald's. It's not like it's quality. It's quantity.
Right. Right. I'm gonna quit wrenching. Shut my shop down. I'm gonna go to work for McDonald's. I just want to see how hard the job is.
You don't.
I shouldn't say that. That's some of McDonald's out there. So it's tough.
It's
the
horrible.
3 hours that I'm there a day.
Yeah, I was there. I had a double. I pulled a double. I worked 8 hours in one day.
Yeah, right. It was a double. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
The big question is, okay, so
like everything's hard.
but back to the price of cars and all this other stuff. I think, getting all conspiracy theory now, I think we are heading down a path that we're not going to be able to come back from without a major crash. Whether it's technicians, whether it's the price of new cars, whether it's the loan values of these cars.
I think the honest to God truth, I think they're working on the technician problem. It took too long.
It did.
And they're really scrambling.
Right.
But I think they're gonna get ahead of before the other problem.
Before the other part.
Because the other problem is they're still.
I feel like the industry as a whole is like the Titanic. And when I mean that,
you should still keep playing? The
right,
band played on.
Right, well, the band played on. But what I'm getting at is that, the reason I compare it to the Titanic all the time is because when the Titanic first hit that iceberg, they told everyone, there's no problems.
Oh, yeah.
No problems, just head back.
Yeah,
everything's okay. And then they start loading them in lifeboats. Like, listen, this is just for precaution. We'll be back here in a little bit once we get this all. This is where I feel like we're at right now in the automotive industry.
The bow's underwater, and they're at the back going, it's all good.
Yeah, this
is
part's still above water, so we're doing okay.
Fine. We're fine. The band's still playing. Hear them? The music's still playing. Here's a piece of pizza.
Right. But I really feel that's where the industry is right now, and I think that's a very accurate, a very accurate portrayal of what's happening. The only thing is, I don't think anyone knows it. I think the people at the back of the ship are the same. Yeah, we're fine. We're still we're fine. It's all fine. In the front end's underwater.
They've all drank the water. They all drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And everybody's on board, and we're just going. We're gonna keep riding this boat till it's under, and then we're gonna go. What happened? Let's keep going for a little bit. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, because it'll plane out. We'll get back up there. Don't worry. Come on.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I'm just curious, and I don't even. I just don't know what's going to happen. I think everyone says we're not, and I hate these experts that keep saying this crap. It's my biggest pet peeve when someone says it's never going to happen. This will never happen. The writing's on the wall, and you're going to tell me, and it might not. They might do something that saves the day at the last moment.
Yeah.
But I think what it's going to take is you're going to see, and I'm actually kind of shocked we haven't seen it yet. I think it's going to take another car company coming into play that builds a car that's a plain Jane. They're going to have a truck, an SUV, and a car, and they're going to be plain Jane. And you're going to be able to buy them for under $20,000.
The Zach.
We're going to name it.
We got.
We're going to start building them in Bentley, Michigan.
We got the Zach T. That's the truck. We got the Zach P. That's the passenger car.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm getting at, though. I think if that happened, though, you would, and they start putting the hurting on these other big boy car companies. I think. That's when it'll change. It's going to take something major.
Well, I don't know that it's going to that'll happen. I don't think
it will either.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to come to a head. It's going to do like you said. They're going to be like there's going to be so many repos.
Yeah, I think the repo market's going to go even more insane than this. But that's what you get these experts, and they're out there on social media, and I'm sick of these social media quote unquote experts. If these guys are experts, then I'm Wutan. Because you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right. you can't stand there and then claim that it's never going to happen. Like, we talk about repos, and one guy says, "Oh, everyone's been doom and gloom for the last 5 years. Everything's going to crash. It ain't never going to crash. Ain't nothing coming down." But we're watching the repos take off. We're watching repo lots get bigger. We're seeing the default rate increase. You know, where we get. Are you that blind that you're standing?
You know
back
what's going to
going,
happen?
"It's not happening."
I'm hoping the dealerships aren't going to figure it out. It's going to be the banks.
I think the banks have already figured it out.
You know, and they're not lending.
So check this out. It's funny you say that. You bring that up. I had sold a truck. Well, what was it? Probably a year or so ago. This is where I figured out the writing was on the wall. It was a 2010 Silverado with 165,000 miles on it.
Okay.
Nice truck.
Yeah.
I was asking $6,500 or $7,000 for it, something like that.
Yeah.
And the guy, he says, "Let me go to the bank. Let me get a loan for it. No problem." 20-some-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He goes to the bank, comes back, and actually the bank called me, and I talked to him. They quit loaning on vehicles that were over 10 years old and over 150,000 miles. Think about that for a second. So the banks are tightening up.
Yeah.
They see the banks know what's coming. Yeah. You know, and we're not going to go on some conspiracy theory rant here, but I really want to. You know,
We got Jesse Ventura coming on later.
Yeah, right. And I'm not even getting political as far as who's in politics right now, because I think that's everyone's their own opinion.
It doesn't matter.
But Trump supposedly, I had just read an article or seen the headline, was letting Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae something with eating up loan values for houses to lower the interest rates.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I
those are both government-backed entities, I believe.
They are, but we literally are handing the reins over to the same people that tanked us in 2008. You know what I'm saying? It's if you shoot me, okay, and 5 years go by, you think I'm going to hand you the gun again?
All right, here we go.
Listen, I know this didn't go well the first time, but this is all we're doing, you know.
I don't know.
And everyone's got their head in the sand. That's what pissed me off about, you know, going back to Jim Farley and their technicians. Maybe if your head wasn't so far up your ass 10 years ago and you'd have recognized it, you could have started doing something 10 years ago. Back to what we were talking about. They're waiting until the boat's underwater to go, "Man, we should start bailing."
Yeah.
You know.
Turn the pumps on.
Right, yeah. Exactly. Like I said, not to sit here and rant and rave and make fun of these guys, but it's like, come on. We've been telling you this for years, and you chose not to listen.
The problem is you can't tell me that there's not somebody in there that's telling them the stuff.
There is. You know there is.
You know, and they've got to know this, but I don't know if hey, don't look over here.
Right. I call
it, I don't.
As you know, I'm sure you've heard it, I call it death by 1,000 needles. If I poke you with a needle once, you're going to go, "Ow, okay, back off."
Yeah.
You know, if I poke you 1,000 times and you bleed out, then you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, same thing that's going. They've been getting that same needle poke for years. You're going, "It's not bad. Oh, it's not bad." Before the next thing you know, they're bleeding out.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. These guys been telling them this for years. No one's listening. No one cares.
No, it started with the technicians. It's worked its way up through the whole, because like I said, when I was in high school in the late 90s, they were like, "We got this many technician shortage.
Right.
Come to our college," and that's what I did. I went to a college to learn, how to do that and stuff. And
right.
But I don't know.
Hopefully it gets better. I don't know. I think we should talk about it more in an upcoming one. I would like to dive into that price stuff a little bit more and actually do a breakdown chart for people so they understand if you go buy a new car and you're getting a loan for this much. I would actually like to break the numbers down for people and show them that, hey, listen, this is what you're buying, this is what you're getting, this is what your payment, this is what's going to cost to fix it, unless you plan on selling it in 5 years and taking a massive loss on it.
Yeah.
I might do that. I might throw a chart together just to show people that, hey, if you buy an $80,000 car, just understand what you're getting into. Here's the cost of repairs, here's the cost of this, cost of that, and then let people make decisions for themselves.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think we'll do that in an upcoming episode.
Okay.
Reds, anything you got to add about this? Anyone you want to tell to piss off while we're besides Jim Farley?
Yeah. I think it's mainly you got the beef with him. I don't know.
I do. That guy can suck it for as far as I'm concerned.
I don't know. Hey, if you want to, like and support us for that, go ahead.
That's right. The reason, all right, real quick before we sign off here, okay? The only reason I say all this about this guy is because they're bitching too late, and we've been telling it for years, and now they want to act like it's some new development.
All right.
This
Before
just happened yesterday.
He's the only one that's bringing it up, though.
Well, it's because GM and Chrysler don't give a shit. Chrysler's probably getting ready to go bankrupt again, get bailed out for the 30th time in the last 40 years.
They're like, we got this company out of Shanghai. They're going to buy us.
Right. Daimler Chrysler does that care, Stellantis or whatever. Yeah. They probably got the U.S. government on speed dial going, hey, we're getting ready to go down again.
Red phone.
Yeah, they got a red. They got direct line to the president and say, we're going under again. We need some more bailout money before we go back.
What do you need? How much?
Yeah, we can't remake the minivan again, all right, to save us,
You want us to bring out Lee Iacocca? We're bringing him out of freeze up.
Yeah, that's right. Pulling his body out of right. We're going to put him on a pedestal. Lee Iacocca's going to save the world.
Well,
right?
He's coming.
Right.
Coming around again.
Right. So, anyways, all right, we're out of here. So that's been Behind the Wrenches with Zach and Randy. Like, subscribe, share. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Send it to all your buddies. Make fun of us. We don't give a shit. So
something like that.
Yeah. So I'm Zach Gradowski.
I'm Randy.
And we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Yep.